Give me the amulet, you bitch!
The Monster Squad 1987 is a homage to the iconic Universal horror movies of the 30s. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, and the 40s with the Wolfman, and the 50s with the creature from the Black Lagoon, or as is known in this movie, the Gilman. Originally, director Fred Decker had an intriguing idea to do a crossover between the iconic monsters who would go up against another iconic group, the Little Rascals, who starred in their own series of comedy short movies. Personally, I would have loved to have watched the Little Rascals' established characters go up against the classic monsters. However, that wasn't to be. After several rewrites, the script was reworked into a more contemporary story, where the title mirrored the plot. The iconic monsters banding together versus the Monster Squad, a movie club of pre-teens run by Sean Crenshaw, who idolises the iconic non-human stars of the Universal monster movies. The plot revolves around a MacGuffin, an amulet that can grant power to open a portal into limbo, and the forces of good trying to prevent evil from using it, namely Dracula. His nemesis, Van Helsing, failed in his attempt to banish the vampire into the void at the beginning of the movie, and eventually the amulet is hidden in the town, where 100 years into the future the Monster Squad movie club will reside. The protagonist of the movie, Sean Crenshaw, comes into possession of the diary.
Mom, do you know who wrote this book?
Yeah, it's Van Helsing something. Now, he's the one that fights Godzilla, right?
Dracula, Mom.
But, unknown to him, just a few days before the amulet becomes vulnerable to evil. Meanwhile, Dracula assembles his monstrous allies. And he creates his 3 vampiric consorts. Sean slowly begins to understand the magnitude of the events that's happening in his town. And then Dracula sends Frankenstein after Van Helsing's diary in order to break the warding around the amulet. Sean is convinced that Van Helsing's diary is the key in stopping Dracula. However, it's written in German, and the only person who they know can translate is an elderly man known to all the town's children as the scary German guy.
German for, please don't murder us.
Bitte, morden Sie uns nicht.
And the members of the club band together to fight the growing evil.
How does that dog get up here anyway?
The scary German guy turns out to be a kind-hearted gentleman with a tragic past.
Man, you sure know a lot about monsters.
Now that you mention it, I suppose I do.
And with the knowledge that he provides, they discover that they have the means to expel the monsters forever.
A ceremony which, when followed to the letter, can swallow the forces of evil forever.
Sean's younger sister, Phoebe, shows off her new friend to her brother after befriending Frankenstein in an all too brief scene that echoed back to the cut 1931 Frankenstein movie, but without the murder, of course. With Frankenstein in tow, they steal the amulet, narrowly escaping Dracula's grasp. Meet up with the rest of the gang, the scary German guy.
We should all go back to my place for some pie.
And the virgin.
Is she a virgin? Why don't you put it on the 6 o'clock news, you little shit?
And they all set off into town to activate the amulet. Meanwhile, Dracula seeks the amulet, and in a fit of rage destroys the Monster Squad's clubhouse.
Meeting adjourned.
Drawing the police's attention. He kills Sean's father's partner, Detective Spar.
Back up! Hurry it up!
And the monsters head into town for the final confrontation. Each of the members of the club gets a shine. Rudy unravels the mummy. And kills the vampire brides. Sean blows up the Wolfman. Before Rudy finishes off the reassembled creature. With a silver bullet.
Bang.
And Horace shoots dead the Gilman. The girl chosen to read the incantation fails to open the portal.
Are you absolutely sure that she is...
You're not a virgin, are you? No? No, what do you mean, no? Well, Steve, but he doesn't count! Doesn't count!
Phoebe takes over.
Is she a virgin?
She? A virgin?
Yes.
A virgin! Where is the girl?
She can't read, she's 5 years old!
I'll help her!
Dracula attempts to take the amulet from Phoebe. Frankenstein saves her and tosses him onto a wrought iron cross. And then Phoebe opens the void with the help from the scary German guy. And as the monsters are being sucked into limbo, Dracula managed to grab Sean, but he is staked. Before Van Helsing appears out of limbo and pulls Dracula to his doom. The portal closes, but not before Frankenstein and Phoebe share a moment, before he willingly accepts his fate. It was a pity that the studio left 13 minutes on the cutting room floor. Some scenes seem to be cut back to the bare bones, which kinda makes the movie feel rushed, and a little lopsided between the horror and comedy elements. That said, I still love this movie, especially the creature designs, which are beautifully done. One day I wouldn't mind a reboot, but this time let's have the Little Rascals instead. If you like the content, please subscribe. Hit the like button and notification bell for new content.
Well, we can't, sir.
Who are you?
We're the Monster Squad.